Hello, everyone. Entering this parallel session here in the Lean Global Connection. Welcome to Norway. I can see that there's quite a lot of people entering the webinar. This is so cool to see. I'm Eivind Reke. I'm sitting here in beautiful southern part of Norway in a little town called Lyngdal. I'm here with Monica and Rolleif, who will share with us the story of Nordic Door. So Monica, I'm just going to set over to you, as we say in Norway.
Thank you, Eivind. My name is Monica Briseid. I'm a lean coach at Nordic Door in a small town in the south of Norway called Lyngdal. Today, I will talk about how we systematically develop the people in the company. But first, a short introduction to Nordic Door and why it is so important that we develop our employees. Nordic Door develop, manufacture, and have delivered both classified and unclassified door solutions to the entire Scandinavian market for almost 30 years. We have unique expertise in X-ray, fire, and sound doors and deliver to hospitals, schools, apartment buildings, homes, and nurseries. Nordic Door has approximately 150 employees. Many of us are without higher education, but with many years of experience. We have around 20 nationalities among our employees and are proud of this. Many of our employees have limbs. We see that as a challenge for us as a company. With a lot of new technology becoming available, we need to train people to be able to use it. Employees with the best expertise in doors are also approaching retirement age. So we need to build this expertise in the next generation of workers in Nordic Door. We want to develop the dream factory where we are the preferred and safe choice because of the skills and competence of our employees. Tom Refsdal, our former CEO, introduced us to the key drivers for developing people in the mastery-oriented culture. This is a research-based survey created by Norwegian Professor Linda Lai. Together with our employee, we have adopted this to best reach our employees and renamed it to the culture of improvement. We have faith in this way of thinking, a 90-10 balance between mastery and performance. But changing a culture takes time. We all know that. So why do we spend so much time on people development? We have been working on the lean strategy for several years, but now new technologies give us new possibilities. We have a clear strategy to develop the company digitally and our improvement culture at the same time. We need to weave this together so that we work together towards common goals. Nordic Door have highly skilled IT people who are eager to develop the company with internal resources. This transformation requires us to rapidly develop the people in the company. The gap in competence between our IT department and the rest of our staff becomes larger. It is important to do something to reduce this gap. The organization needs to learn faster. So what have we done so far? Tom and I first created a management handbook, explains how we use the Nordic Door house to develop people. We started with systematic training of all managers in the company, including union leaders. We practice coaching as a way of involving employees as much as possible. We want to have autonomous employees who can work independently without detailed management. An important part of the training is using the Gemba to understand how our system works together. We first conducted leadership training over a 3-year period, and then we gradually saw that the gap in competence between managers and employees growing when it came to lean and systems thinking. We had fallen into the trap of thinking that the operator understood what we leader were talking about just because leader had gained more insight. We saw that leader had started using words like Jidoka and Kaizen that employees were not able to understand without explanation. It was urgent to get employees involved in lean and improvement work and to close the gap that was already having a negative effect on collaboration. I had good experience with interdisciplinary groups to let people learn from each other. I could not wait to put together interdisciplinary group to learn lean thinking together as a test. Now nearly all employees have been through this training and I look forward to version 2. These groups are from all parts of the organization, senior and middle managers, operators, experienced together with young. It is important that each group have a good mix. Since most of the value creation happens on the shop floor, it is important to learn about how each team uniquely contribute to the value creation. But most important to understand that people are in the center of Nordic Door House and that we know people are Nordic Door's most important resource. The most important resource we have to develop, of course. We saw that we lacked a common language for making improvements. Now we have, how have we organized to optimize learning? We have had between 14 and 20 participants on each group. We are still testing. A learning cycle group meets once a week in 12 weeks. At the first meeting, they themselves create rules for how we will conduct these meetings. They are giving reading assessment and practical tasks between each meeting. During these 12 weeks, I see great development in the participant. I see employees changing their attitude towards lean, but it makes me even happier to see employees starting to smile at each other and talk across teams. I believe this is mostly due to the fact that we meet over such a long period. We become comfortable with each other and we get to know each other. The participants are giving time to reflect on what we have discussed, and I experienced that the participants talk to each other about what we have learned between the sessions. The sessions are conducted through individual, group, plenary conversations. Here, all participants use their experience and contribute to sharing their knowledge. I do not see myself as a teacher, but as a facilitator who encourages participants to share experience and knowledge. My most important role is to make the participant feel comfortable. It's about seeing the individual, give tasks they can handle, and check when they are ready for new challenges. After each round, I evaluate with the participant to maximize learning. PDSA in practice here. Example of a session in Gemba. During a learning cycle, the participant learn to understand the process steps in a production cycle. Where is the value and where is the waste? Which is important to look for unnecessary movements and how to place equipment and tools. The trust we have built has allowed us to film specific tasks that we want to analyze further. By watching these videos together, we learn so much. We can play it many times, and each time the participants discover new important details. It's about details and small step improvements. By learning, we can work a little more ergonomic, get better quality, less variation, and do the job a little more efficient. What is good about these exercises is that we train ourselves to really observe. After such exercise, it becomes easier to see waste in our own work. Take, for example, a task that is performed maybe 30 times during a shift. If we find that we have placed equipment too far apart and can reduce the number of steps by, for example, 20, we have spared the body 600 steps. We can estimate 1 second per step, which means that we have saved 10 minutes per shift on this specific work task. We know that we have many unnecessary steps and unnecessary movements, and we need to be trained to see them ourselves. We learn methods and new way of thinking. We carry out root cause analysis together and gain a deeper understanding of why deviation occur. The strength of putting together interdisciplinary group is to remove bulkheads between teams. We learn to see each other as internal customer and supplier who must work together to satisfy our common customer. What is value creation seen from the customer's eyes and must be labeled as waste? We are trying to develop ourselves with a focus on system thinking. This is including in the interdisciplinary learning cycle, but it is important that such theories are introduced little by little, so that we can get the staff on board with a mindset. What we use the most is we shall see together, we shall talk together, we shall test together, and we shall learn together. Nordic Door School. In order to ensure the important transfer of expertise from the operator who have the most door expertise, we have started using video recordings. We naturally use video in close collaboration with those being filmed. It's gratifying that we have achieved such trust among many employees, making it feel safe to be filmed while we work. Why is it so important for us to increase knowledge in this way? This is mostly about increased automation. We see that more automation makes it more difficult for new operators to get a basic understanding of the door product. It's therefore important to be able to give especially new operator a good foundation. And then video is a good and effective tool for us. Basic door competence and material competence are especially important for understanding the system surrounding the automation that now takes place in the machines. Previously, the operator were closer to the product throughout most of the process. We saw the product, we touched it, and had to think much more, for example, about how the door should function where it's to be installed. Now we have machines that are programmed and many ways have taken over the operator's thinking. Maybe it's easier to learn how to produce today because some machines are basically earlier to operate. But when something out of the ordinary happens, competence is required. We have to understand the root cause to make improvements. This is competence we must ensure that we transfer now with Industry 5.0. I think this is a very important thing for all companies that automate to carefully consider. How do we ensure that humans maintain their skills and continue to develop? In the picture here, you can see the great mix, where we have all a lot to learn from each other's system. The proof that a group has completed the learning cycle is that they receive a t-shirt. I find that the participants are proud when we are using these. The t-shirt symbolizes a community. We know what we have learned together. After 12 weeks of the gatherings, we know each other's challenges and we know each other. It feels easy to contact an employee in another team to talk about an improvement we want to achieve. We have practiced how everything starts with ourselves and how we get others involved. I see that participants take more responsibility and have a far greater understanding of our systems after completing a learning cycle. We see more and more improvements being implemented. We see that communication between teams is getting better and better. I therefore think that the interdisciplinary learning cycle is an important investment we have made at Nordic Door. It's easier to ask for a Gemba and include participants from different teams to find root cause on a specific problem. This is a good improvement in our process of problem solving. Investing in the development of people so that we can all become a better version of ourselves. This is an important step on the way of achieving a lasting culture of improvement and what I will call a breakthrough for the company. Focus on people. Let people take care of the customer and to make the customer satisfied. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Monica. We'll have a quick change of scene and say welcome to Rolleif. I see people are raising their hands. We will do questions in the Q&A. Welcome, Rolleif.
Thank you. Okej, vi kommer se en podcast.
Sure.
Okay, you can see the presentation.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Rolleif Charman. I've worked at Nordic Door for 2 years now. So we're trying to achieve a full digital transformation. So it's a big word. So I'll try to communicate in a very short time our take on that. So let's begin. So we have a project going with Sintef and Eivind and other people. It's called Smart 50. So that's a 5-year project, and we have some finances we can use to buy support from Sintef and other communities. So this will last some more. Okay, I'll start maybe a little unorthodox. Lean versus tech. So I'm putting up like maybe a fictive fight, something here, just maybe to provoke a little bit, or something I've seen. I'm concerned about it in a way, because I think on LinkedIn and other channels you see this going on. Lean people taking a punch at tech and the other way around. So, and I think it's quite different. It's two different things. So from a tech perspective, we're like concerned about continued use of outdated methods when technology clearly performs many tasks significantly better than humans. That's like one side of the story. And on the other side, you have lean. There's a fear that digitalization may weaken continuous improvement, Kaizen, as people are no longer directly involved in the production process, therefore loses their learning arena. So it hurts the collaboration between these two great things, and I think it's quite different approaches to it, because they are not comparable. Lean is like a philosophy focused on continuous improvement, while digitalization provides just tools and technology. There's nothing magic about it. It's like automation and other stuff. It's just technology. So I don't like it when they come in like in a fighting position. This is not good, because they are very, when applied correctly, they can enhance each other very much. And I think our take on this digital transformation will like underlie that, and I'll try to communicate that. So I like to take stuff from different places, just cherry pick something from Lean, something from different philosophies or technologies or whatever works for Nordic Door in a way. So this I picked from the Agile Manifesto. So this comes with individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This is important from a nerd perspective to talk to people, to involve them early in the process and keep them close and make them king and customer for us. And rapidly responding to change. This is the things we are very eager to have on board when we set it up. So we have a very agile approach to every IT initiative. Okay, so I'll try to illustrate where we are in the process, because we are going like Industry 4.0 we talk a lot about, and that's like very technical stuff. It's just the base we need underneath what we want to achieve here. So as Monica said, digitalization undoubtedly challenges the existing competence profile in Nordic Door, and that's for sure. We are where we are because we are who we are, and we have the competence we have. So in our branch of work in Norway, and we're far behind on the digitalization. We have not taken out the full potential within the technologies. So the good, not that good, but the good part is we don't have that much legacy in our systems. So we can build cutting edge technology under the hood. Doesn't involve people, it's just infrastructure. So one of the sayings I use a lot in this part of the project is like all strategic works start with an organizational approach, a clear understanding of who we are, and where we want to go. This is important. So I would say Nordic Door like have built off this connect and collect thing, and we are making all the processes transparent for the end users, and we're trying to starting to understand what the data can help us to do. We're starting to see patterns. We turn to data when we need information. We ask, do we have data? Can we enrich our systems with more data to get the answers? So what do you need to do this digital transformation? First, you need a vision, you need a team, You need anchoring in the board. You need finances. You need a CEO that's on board. And we are very lucky with Tom. He's a lean man, first and foremost, but he's also very interested in technology and what it can do. So I think he merges us in a good way from the lean perspective and from a digital perspective. And he puts this together in a very sound and good way. And you have to work a lot with IT/OT conversion. I won't talk too much about that. You need a roadmap and what you want to do within which time and adjust it all the time. And you need infrastructure underneath to support your processes and all your improvement work. So the platforms are in place in Lyngdal in a very cutting edge way, I would say. So we can do a lot of fun stuff on top. Digitalization initiatives should aim to ensure data transparency for the users most capable of leveraging it to generate value. Know your data. So what we talk a lot about is community data. How do we make this data available for the operator or the guys to know the process the most? And this is something we work a lot with to make it low level, easy accessible. So I'll come back to that. And we also, when we build stuff about building the maturity in the people, we build proofs of concepts. We build them on our platforms and we show it off so everybody can get inspired and understand what the technology can do. So they can ask, could you do this for me just in a little bit different way and so on. So we need to make everything transparent. The process should be visible for everybody. I should be able to go down to the process and understand it to an extent. So we use a lot of time on this, and I think an important part of a digital transformation is this: just make it transparent, just make it visual, and we will have a lot of effect just from doing that. So we're in a process to learning our data, enriching our data, understanding our data, making relations between the data. So we have a lot of time on this to get good and sound control over our own data. This is very important. So this is maybe my most important foil because I think this embodies what I want to communicate. And this is 3 ways of doing a task in a cell or a machine line. You hire external consultants, they do the work, they find out stuff and just give it to the operator, start using it. This is the baddest one. The second baddest one is like the IT department does the same. They just figure something out. Oh, this is a good idea. A leader said, fix this. We fix it, give it to the cell operators. They do it. What we want to achieve is to build good customers. So we need to build maturity in the operators on the lowest level. So this should be a digital top-down initiative, but it should be a bottom-up way of starting it. So they should come to us to ask for an app, a sensor, some data or something. So therefore, this will take a lot of time because it's not a technical project. We need to lift everybody in the whole factory. And the most important people we have here are the guys and girls that knows the process. So we really, really want them to understand what is the potential in the technology. And we want them to come to us and say, can you do this for us? And then we give them what they ask for back, just a last viable code or something we could just give to them. And they say, okay, this is great, but can you fix this? And we do this, and we do this 32 times, and then we'll have the perfect product until we figure out something else that's better. So we don't make systems or software that should last forever. It's just until we find some better or smarter way of doing it. But the most important thing is it starts with the operator. These are the guys we need on board. These are our customers and our kings. We are merely just enablers, like electricians or robot guys or whatever. We're just doing something with digital tools. We're good at it. We're very good at it, but it's worth nothing if we don't have these guys on board. So we need to build a relationship between us as people, and we need to, I know I'm repeating myself, they need to understand the full potential of the technology, and we need them to have ownership to it in a totally different way. So it's like their product, it's their system, they will get the praise, well earned. So this is very important. I can talk a long time about this because we are able in our department to build apps. We can do a lot of stuff because we have the infrastructure in the bottom. So we put a lot of power into making the infrastructure, and now we're just waiting for the people to mature so we can take out the potential. And the guys that live in the Kaisen and Gemba, those are the guys. And this is really growing. It's not going fast, but it's growing. And you can see the little enthusiastic things in their eyes, and they think this is fun. We ask them what they want developed, and this is really, really a good thing. So we need to build competence, understanding, and also confidence, because it's their product. We're building it for them. They need to have confidence. I want to try this. I want to do this. We're not in health and nobody will die if we do something wrong here. So just try stuff. Just test driven development. Put something in the line. Test something. Change it up. If something doesn't work, just try a thing. If that doesn't work, try something new. So the agile approach to it: do stuff fast. Just try it. Fail, and just look at this as a natural part of the process. So we do a lot of failure, and we try stuff in the line instead of during the waterfall typical thing, and think of all things that can go wrong. So the mother of all learning is failure. So we do this all the time. We just play with it, and we're allowed to. We don't have to ask for money every time. We have some money, and we can spend it as we like. And we have a tight-knit communication with the production management. So they have the communication with the operators in what they want us to prioritize first, because there's so many stuff here. And then we go in dialogue with the operator, tight as yes, making king, just deliver on just what he wants, nothing more. Just pretend it's very fragile. So build a relationship, and it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow, and we'll be building good customers. So we use this also in our terminology when we talk about it. He's a good customer. He's going to be a good customer, because we really, really believe that they have the best starting point for coming up with the best solutions. Okay, and then we do something called user stories, that we sit down, or we nerds, with all the people one-on-one in the whole production, and they have to prep it a little bit in front. We have a meeting with the whole department that we are going to have user stories with, and we tell them all the things we can do with technology. Just bombard them with all the stuff to give them to know what we can do. And then they come back to us and they say, as an operator on a glue line, I want to see the temperature of this and this, so I easier can do this and this. And we have a lot of this stuff. This is our treasure chest. So we talk to them on that level, always the bottom level. And this is very exciting. I could talk 5 hours about this, but it's like this language models. All of you guys have tried chat and different things. That's like really, really powerful. What we have done and doing now, it's working, and it's really, really powerful. We put our own data into systems, so we can connect all the data. If it's maintenance data, production data, quality data, ERP data, everything, and we do an MCP on top, doesn't matter. But you can ask for data. So we want to make community data and put operator in the center of this circle, so he can ask and prompt for data that is in the production line, because he has the best propositions to ask for good questions, and he will get really, really good answers. We do this now, and I'm blown away of the answer, the insight you get from good prompting. And it's when it gets really powerful, and if you have this operator in the center, he knows the process. He knows a lot about raw materials. He knows to prompt in a perfect way, so he can enrich. We use this kind of glue. It's a problem only on these doors. So you have a lot of knowledge. And when you put this also into the language model, you will get really powerful stuff. So this is something we've started working on now. So before we thought, okay, we just collect all the data and we let machine learning doing it, and we'll do explainable. So the machine learning algorithm will tell us what happened. But we're far away from that now. We're thinking putting the operator in the middle, he will prompt it, he will enrich the data, and this will be really good. If you're a quality, flow, downtime, whatever you're talking about, we have structured this in a very good way, because we didn't have digital depth, so we can do this really nice, structured, so you can enrich it, it's scalable. So now we just wait for the people. And we started groups now, trying out this to see the power of it. And this we think have really, really big potential. But again, the operator, the human in the center.
That is a fantastic way to end Rolleif. I know you could probably talk on and on for a long more time. But unfortunately, we have reached the end of this webinar. I wish everyone a very good lean global connection, and I'll see you again tomorrow to hear more from the Lyngdal story. If it's possible, maybe you can, if you put your LinkedIn or something somewhere, maybe if anyone has any questions, we can maybe try and answer them, or get in touch with Rolleif. If you have any questions, get in touch with Monica. They're great people. Bye bye, everyone.